Hi, dear students. Now I'm getting a lot of messages from students on my inbox, and they want me to talk about how to improve. Now, how to improve or how to make a comeback, or maybe somebody has not done a exam to his expectations, or you may have not done the paper to the level that you wanted to perform, and now you want to make a comeback in the next exam, and how to go about it. In this video today, I'll talk about the broad principles. This video will not be about the micro, it will be about the macro. By micro means that, I'm not going to talk about that, read this topic, read this question, read this. I'm going to give you a bigger picture. The bigger picture of the comeback is always inside your mind. The first step of making any comeback is to work on your mindset. Now, what do I mean by mindset? Now, the problem that we face as students, or later on as entrepreneurs, or people who are working, people who are doing some job, or as great doctors that many of you will be, the problem that we face is that we all have a default mindset which tends to get attracted to the negative. Our default mindset seeks negativity, seeks excuses for not doing well. It seeks, anything that can go wrong is already, you will try to think of all those scenarios. The step number one of making a comeback is to suppress this negative mindset. You have to start believing in yourself, and to do this, the first step is start consciously thinking towards positive. You have to convert the entire coming year into a, you have to change your persona into a positive persona. Now, how do you do that? Now, are you excited to get up in the morning? Are you excited when the alarm rings? Are you excited to open your books and learn something new? Are you feeling that excitement about it? If you're not, you have to tell yourself that, this is the kind of person I will become. You have to change the default settings that are there in your mind. To change that, you have to consciously work on it, and you have to tell yourself that I will be positive about everything that I do today, everything I do in this week, everything I do in this month. I'll be positive about it. For example, when I get up in the morning, I want to go to work. When I get up in the morning, I want to do this. So this wanting to do has to come from within, and this is where I want you to work. This is the first step, that we have to convert our mindset into a proactive mindset. Proactively, we seek to improve. Second is that at the end of the day, any exam that you appear for is just a gateway to another, set of training opportunities, or any, we are like, any exam is not like all in all, and it doesn't define the person that you are or what you will become. So you have to take any result in the right spirit. It is just an exam, we take it in the right spirit, and we convert it into a learning experience. So once we convert every event in our life to be a learning experience, instead of looking at that experience as a all in all, there's nothing like all in all. There's no exam which will define your life. There is no setback in business which would define what you will become. There's no setback in job which will define your life. There's nothing which is bigger than your life. So you know it by now, that if I am able to detach myself from these outcomes, and I don't let these outcomes define what I am able to convert everything that I'm doing into a learning opportunity. So, suppose your exam did not go well, a winner will think that this was a good learning opportunity for me. At least now I have seen how the exam feels like, what kind of questions are they asking, how they are going about things, and how do I react to the paper, and why do I make the mistakes that I do. Let us learn from my mistakes, and I'll hit the next exam hard. So the difference is between, I've seen people who have made massively, spectacular comebacks. I've seen people from not qualified to getting a PG names in the next year's exam. So when I see them, the first and the foremost thing is the mindset. They have to suppress their, the attraction to negativity, and you have to include that optimism in your mindset. You have to believe that we are here to learn out of each activity. It is not like no win or loss is going to define the person that you are. It is all about learning experiences. If you are able to learn, you'll go forward. The step number 2 to improve or to make a comeback is a strength weakness analysis. This is something that I have probably talked about in most of my videos. That when I have a winner's mindset, when I have a mindset to improve, when I have a mindset to learn, when I have a mindset full of optimism, then what is it that will help me to go further? I need to do a strength weakness analysis. Every time you have a setback, every time you do not do well in an exam, every time things don't go your way, if you can just pause and do a strength weakness analysis. It is a simple piece of paper where you divide the paper into two parts. One side you write your strength, and on the other side you write your weaknesses. And this strength weakness analysis should be specific to the activity that we are doing. For example, if we are talking about one exam that has not gone well, we need to analyze what went right, what went wrong. It could, in a normal, in a routine world, it would never be that everything is not going my way, or it would not be like everything is going my way. It's like, I know, I hope you have all grown up now as kids to know that there's no black and white in the real world. It's a gray zone. So in that gray, you would have done some things right. Even if you have not done well in the exam in total, there will be zones where you have done them right, because those are your strengths. You need to revise and re-strengthen your strengths, but you need to put in more work at your weaknesses. And it is always said that we should always begin the phase of preparation by working on our weakness first. Because what happens is, suppose there is a X topic or a X subject in which I am weak at. If I start my preparation by my weakness and I finish it off, it no longer remains my weakness and I feel more confident. But if I if I keep working on my strengths, which is what the students usually do, students usually will be attracted to the subjects that they are doing well, and they are doing well because they like them, and they, in the end, they keep going towards them more and more, and they keep avoiding the weaknesses. But at the back of our mind, each of us, we know where we are weak at. So what happens is that weakness keeps pulling you down in terms of your confidence. But if I start with my weakness, I plug my weaknesses, immediately I gain in confidence that, okay, even my weakness is now my strength, and my strengths are already my strength. I need to rework on them, I will improve. So I would always want you to do a strength weakness analysis. This analysis, more detailed the analysis you are able to do, better you will be able to do in the next exam. Every time I see people improving, I see them doing it for these two very reasons. Number one is they have a mindset where they are optimistic about their future. They have a mindset where they consider one exam not going their way as a learning experience. We cannot let one result define what we become. We can't let it happen. So that positive attitude, that resilience, is I've seen it in all comeback, every student who has done a big comeback, these are the attributes. And the second is they always begin with a strength weakness analysis. But there is something more to it. I want you to be excited about your tomorrow. I want you to look at this zone of your life as transition into something more exciting, and the next zone would bring out something more exciting. You have to look forward to today. You have to look forward to your tomorrow. The problem happens when you start going into that pessimistic zone. Now let me explain to you. When you were in school, and every time your result would come at the end of a session, like you finish your class third, you have your results. So after the results, you were always excited about going into class 4. Then every time you were excited about the next class teachers, the next group of people that you will meet, group of children that you will meet, the games that you would play, the sports that you will play. You were always excited about growing up. The problem happens when we are in this zone of post-graduation, graduation. We are like grown up, but not really grown up. And we are in a zone where we start feeling that after this exam, I need to, finish everything at this exam itself. While this is just a step forward, you need to look forward to the next phase. You need to look forward that one day I'll go to the next level, then I'll go to the next level, and that looking forward to tomorrow will give you the energy, will give you the force to work towards it. You have to be optimistic about your future, optimistic about your today, and you will make things happen. Optimism creates the force that you need to improve, the force that you need to do a comeback. Now I'll give you an example. Suppose there are two students, one who is pessimistic about his future, who is saying even if I study nothing would happen, and the other is saying that I'm so positive that this time my result will be better. Now whom do you think will work harder? Understand? Now if you are pessimistic about the outcome, the automatically your mind will tell you that if nothing is going to happen, why am I working? And then you will reduce the effort, and that will create a vicious cycle in the negative side. On the other hand, if you're optimistic, you're looking forward to what will come next. When you're optimistic about it, now what happens is you feel that things will be better this year. When you feel they will be better, you tend to put in more effort. You tend to put in more effort. If you do more effort, you become better anyhow, and your results automatically improve, and you go into a positive loop. You have to somehow come out of this negative loop and go into the positive loop. This is the message that I wanted to share with you through this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do share your comments in the comment section in this YouTube channel. I wish you all the very best.